Many individuals worry about most things in life: finances, children, physical appearance, the opinions of others, the stability of their jobs, their political parties, their past, their future. In fact, some of us, we worry so much that we worry about worrying without realizing it. It appears the easiest and most natural thing to do when you face a dilemma is to worry about the circumstances that you are in. When you worry, are your issues resolved? Do you feel better? The answers to both of these questions are no. Then why do you spend your time worrying? I used to worry a lot. It took me many years to realize that worrying is pointless, but I was tested recently. I lost a bunch of keys, and the keys were very important. It had a flash drive on it with all the information. I began to panic. Soon thereafter, I realized I was worrying. I was up and down looking for the keys. I called everywhere that I could remember where I was. And they said no keys were there. I went for a drive. The plan was to, to drive to these places that where I were earlier. And while I was driving, I began to relax and accepted the fact that the keys were lost. I told myself, worrying will not replace those keys. And I soon calmed down. I decided to call one more establishment and ask the employee to please check to see if the keys were in a particular area. He called back and he informed me he found the keys. But worrying didn't find my keys. It didn't. I know it's easier said than done to tell somebody not to worry, especially when you don't have any money to pay rent, no money to pay your mortgage, no money to pay your child's school fees. You worry when your children are keeping bad company. However, if you worry, you still will not have the money to pay the rent. You still have money to pay the mortgage. You still have money to pay the school fees. Your children still keeping bad company. Unless you do something different, something will happen. So why do you worry? The Bible clearly tells us not to worry, as demonstrated in Philippians 4:6 and Matthew 6:25. Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." The next scripture says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you'll eat or drink, or about your body, what you'll wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes?" Worrying complicates your life. Worrying does not solve any issues. Worrying results in sleepless nights, as individuals cannot go to sleep because they are worrying. And as a result of lack of sleep, you will encounter health issues. Worry may also cause you not to eat, and your body will lack the appropriate nutrients, which will create more health issues in your life. Worrying is a distraction. You may become so preoccupied with worrying in that you may not focus on tending to other issues. In the example of my lost keys, I lost a few hours of the day worrying about the keys. The work that I was planning on doing, I did not do it anymore because I was busy worrying and looking for the keys. Had I relaxed earlier and stayed calm, I would have done that work that I had scheduled to do. But I was up worrying. Worrying may result in you making premature decisions. You worry so much. You may make a quick decision without thinking about it, without thinking about the consequences. Worrying can also lead you to high blood pressure, stroke. And this high blood pressure can cause you to have kidney disease. So the question is then, how can we stop worrying? The first thing you need to realize is that worrying does not solve your issue. When you come to the realization, that's the first step. Be content in every situation. Especially if you have done your best, even if you think you have not done your best, worrying will not solve the issue. Train your children on biblical principles. Proverbs 22:6 say, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. If you're concerned about the bad company your children are keeping at school or wherever, then find another place with less issues or that will bad influence your children. Make sure your children are going to church to hear the word of the Lord. Nowadays, we find a lot of people are not going to church, and the word is not being heard. Trust in the Lord. Make your request known to the Lord. Once you put your trust in the Lord, have faith that all things will work out together for good, no matter how the situation looks. Have faith in God that everything will work out. If you find yourself worrying, ask yourself the following questions. Are things getting better because I worry? Do you want your health to be impacted because of worrying? If the answer to these questions are no, then stop worrying. Children, if you love your parents, think about the actions you take. I know you're young, but the bad decisions you make will cause your parents to worry about you. Do you want your parents to have all issues? Every time when you're about to do something, think about your mom or your dad. Do not disappoint them. Trust me, it works when you think about the impact you'll have on your parents, especially your mom. I know it's hard to stop worrying, but I believe that I know if you put your trust in God and study His Word daily, then you'll have assurance on the promises of God that He will never leave you, He will never forsake you. Try at least 2 days without worrying, and you will discover an awesome feeling. Continue practicing it until you've completed a full week, then a full month, and so on, and a full year. Worrying doesn't ease your burdens. Worrying complicates your life.